Here are my amateur thoughts of going through the works of Plato. I have now finished listening to audiobooks of The Republic, The Symposium, and all of the Death of Socrates ones that I know of, Euthyphro, Phaedo, Crito, and the Apology. I think that's it. Some dialogues in there, whatever. It's what I listen to. And I think I'm going to put it to rest for a little while. I gotta say, I'm not super impressed. I'm gonna offend all the Neoplatonists out there. Can't even say the word right. So I'm ashamed to be me as an amateur philosopher. I just wasn't that impressed. And Socrates seems a little bit annoying to me, just always asking these annoying questions. Always like he has somewhere in mind that he wants to go, but he's not just gonna say it. He's gonna try and be crafty and use these questions to get there. And a lot of it seems like he's, has a preconceived idea of his philosophy and just wants to justify it through these logical statements, logical chains of like, well, this, then this, right? And then the people will be like, oh, yes, certainly, Socrates. Well, then this and then this. And it's like, I'm just sitting there like, no, I don't think I agree with that. But anyways, I want to try to give a more charitable view. Actually, I'll keep bashing him for a second. I thought the death of Socrates was about him being at peace with death because he knew about, science and truth, and he thought, rationally speaking, we all know that we're all going to die, so why not just be at peace with it, because it's going to happen to all of us. That was kind of the story I had in my head. Turns out that's pretty wrong. He was at peace with his death because he thought that he was immortal and he was going to go being reincarnated with even better people, like cooler people that he was gonna hang out with and philosophize with, and I guess run his fingers through their hair and stuff like that, which I guess, and lie on couches and play with other philosophers' hair. I guess that's what he thought. He was going to be in some weird philosopher heaven, where they were just going to be in constant contact with the pure light of goodness and beauty. I mean, it sounds pretty cool. And that's why he was excited. And somehow he had convinced himself that that must be true because his logic told him so. So kind of weird, but kind of weird like that, and pretty religious in a way. And I think that's kind of the whole interesting point of the thing is that the religion of the Greek gods was kind of crumbling under the weight of rational reason, science of like, hey, the sun is actually just a hot rock instead of Apollo's chariot. And but we still kind of need some religion to deal with things like our own mortality. And so Socrates just kind of replaced whatever, well, he didn't really replace Hades because he still kind of thought he was going to Hades, I guess. Anyways, I'm not a scholar on this topic, just was curious, wanted to pick up Plato. I don't think I'm gonna go any deeper into Plato at this time. I also don't particularly like that Plato ambiguously uses Socrates for all of his own ideas. It's like this plausible deniability. Well, I didn't say it, Socrates said it. Or did Socrates even mean it? Because he's just maybe presenting an argument that he wants to argue against. Maybe Socrates didn't even mean it. It's like, leaves the whole thing ambiguous. And it's been a while since I listened to some Aristotle, and I found it a lot more clear and concise at the time, which, of course, this is what Aristotle did, but I think it's more well suited to my temperament. What can we enjoy and appreciate about Socrates and Plato that we can take into our lives? I guess just the love of truth is still there, even if maybe it was a little bit skewed. I think that's kind of the theme of the thing is like, he tries to at least say, I'm just a lover of truth. That's why I ask all these questions. And, that's what it's about. It's about being open-minded, asking a lot of questions and loving truth. And to some extent, if he's embodying that, I'm going to take that, run with it, put it in my heart, enjoy it, let it be my inspiration. Maybe it will be for you. That's the beautiful positive note I'm going to end on.